What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another video. Been a while since I made a top 10 video, but this top 10 video is going to be a little bit different. This time with Smash Bros. Ultimate over for like ages and approach of a brand new Nintendo console, most likely. I'm assuming it's confirmed the time of this recording now, hopefully. We're gonna most likely see something with the Smash Bros. Series on that console, and if you don't think so because of discourse, well, I don't know what to tell you. We're going to get something Smash related, whether it's an Ultimate port, whether it's a reboot. Smash is continuing because it's a moneymaker. Anyway, this time I'm gonna be listing off my top 10 most wanted characters for Super Smash Bros. 6. Now, this is my opinion, of course, of ones I want to see. Some people always have these rules of why certain characters can't be in Smash and stuff, and really, there's no rules per se. Anyone could be. Nintendo could add whoever they want, really. So, I'm just going off my list. I decided to pick one per franchise, so not to make it, to at least make it feel a little unique and stuff. So, if I don't list 2 Mario characters or whatever on this list, then you could be upset or whatever. Anyway, no real rules or anything like that, and let's just go and get this started. So, here we go. Top 10 most wanted characters I like to see in Smash Bros. 6. You probably are kind of confused with this first pick right here, but yes, Saki Amami from the game I talked about earlier this year, Sin and Punishment. Sin and Punishment is one of my favorite Nintendo 64 games, and honestly, I would like to see Saki Amami be a playable character in Smash Bros. He has an assist trophy before, and a Mii costume, so I think it could be neat to see him. And, you know, people who don't know this character, well, every Smash Bros. Game needs their Who reaction, so I think it'd be cool. But yeah. And from what I've seen in like fan game stuff, he can use guns, hack and slash moves, and high jumping and all that stuff. I think he could be a very unique character in the Smash Bros. Series. I had to put one oddball pick on the list, so might as well. I would love to see Saki Amami be in Smash Bros. I don't know what the chances are for that to happen, but I think it could be really cool. And it's not like Smash Bros. Adds retro characters at some point, right? I had 2 options who I wanted to pick for the Mario rep. It was either Geno or the one I have here, Waluigi. And I ultimately decided on Waluigi. I know some of you may know me as more of a Geno fan, but I don't know what the chances are for Geno at this point, even with the recent remake. Waluigi fans have already suffered long enough, and I say this as a Waluigi fan myself. I would love to see him in the game. I've been rooting for this guy since Smash 4, honestly, and it's surprising that hasn't happened yet. Yeah, Smash Bros. Has a decent amount of Mario reps, so people may use this argument, but I don't know. I feel like there will be a Mario rep of some kind in the next Smash game. So, I think Waluigi's like one of the few left, honestly, I would like to see. Some people will argue what his moveset will be since he's only been in spin-offs. And yeah, that seems like the only fair argument. Well, I don't know if it matters, really, of, you know, characters mostly represented for spin-offs. I mean, he could be the smartest spin-off rep. I mean, characters like Rosalina, you know, representing Mario Galaxy, Bowser representing like some of his airship themes and stuff like that. Waluigi could just represent the kart, party, and sports titles. So I just think it wouldn't be hard to make a moveset for Waluigi, honestly. People say who has no moveset potential are crazy as hell, honestly. Like, seriously, I could literally make a, like, even if it's basic, like, it would work really well. I say he can do a lot, honestly. Now, of course, it could pick a different Mario rep in before it's Pauline. But, God, I really hope Waluigi gets into this next Smash. If he's not in Smash Bros. 6, then I don't think he's coming, honestly. I'm sorry. But please, give Waluigi the love he deserves, honestly. This is another odd pick, but considering this franchise is very popular in Japan, well, we gotta include something like that in Smash Bros., right? So, Puyo Puyo is a franchise I've recently been getting into, and I've honestly been having a lot of fun with it recently, and especially got It's a very, very popular puzzle game in Japan, and recently got, I guess, a decent amount popular in the West from what I'm hearing, but most notably the one I got into was Puyo Puyo Tetris, which is a crossover of Puyo Puyo and the other popular puzzle game, Tetris. So yeah, I would like to see some sort of Puyo Puyo representation in the Smash Bros. Series. Because we're lacking on puzzle reps, and the only exception being Dr. Mario, but he's literally just a clone of regular Mario, not well-handed, as much as I kind of like Dr. Mario. But Arl, I believe, that's how you say the name, is the sort of, like, main one you would add in the Smash Bros. Series. So I think Arl would be a very cool addition to Smash. Now, you're probably wondering, how would it work? well, they've already had a decent amount of characters. I think they can make use of, you know, her Puyo Puyos and stuff like that, have different abilities and stuff. I think she could be a really neat character in the Smash Bros. Series, honestly. That, you know, something a bit more, like something Japan focused and a puzzle rep, you know? So, yeah. Overall, I would love to see some Puyo Puyo representation, just so we get more puzzle stuff, you know? And also, I love Puyo Puyo. God, that series is so good, man. Bet y'all didn't see this one coming. This is another character that I feel like is a decent amount of requests, but the chances are pretty up there. But I'll talk about my way. I love the Devil May Cry games. Well, specifically 3. I can't play 5 because, you know, limited systems. But Devil May Cry 3 is seriously one of the best games I've ever played, honestly. And honestly makes me want Dante and Smash a lot more, honestly. He'd be like your typical... People may look at him as like, oh, another sword fighter, as you can see. But I think he would do a lot more than just that. You know, having guns, rebellion moves and stuff like that. You know... trying to be quick and all that. He could be a very unique type of character, honestly. And I think he would fit pretty well in Smash Bros. Obviously, they would have to tone him down, but considering it already happened with Bayonetta, which I see, I guess, some comparisons with Devil May Cry and Bayonetta, I don't think it would be an issue to get Dante in the game. This depends on the other Capcom series getting in, which is the only thing, really, depending on its chances, really. But I think Dante and Smash will be very, very sick to see, honestly. So, I would love to see him get in the game. And also have Dante fight against Bayonetta, because, yes, please. He was a Mii costume, of course, but I think now is the time he could probably be a fighter, honestly. I would love to see Shantae be playable. I've been getting into this series a lot, and I think she has a good... I don't know what the chance of her getting in Smash. Some people say it's because of relevancy, but I don't know. It's not like Nintendo adds any characters, really. They can add who they want. She got a Mii costume in Smash Bros., which was honestly pretty cool for her, honestly. I would love to see Shantae be in the game, of course. And she probably the one indie rep. I don't know what the chance of any indie reps getting in, but if I had to place money on one particular, I say Shantae has a decent chance, honestly. And I think she has a lot of moveset potential with her transformations she's had, her hair, and other abilities like in Pirate's Curse. Honestly, there's a lot you can do with Shantae, honestly, and I would love to see her in the game. I know some people are kind of indifferent because, well, probably somewhat other indie characters. I promise you, I gotta play Shovel Knight. But, yeah, and also some people say her design is revealing, I guess. Yeah, no, that's not a good argument, I'm sorry. There's more to Shantae than just whatever those people say about her. So honestly, I would love to see Shantae get in the game. I just really love the game, so honestly, I think it could be pretty cool to see her in, honestly. Just be a unique type of brawl fighter, honestly. Brawl fighter? Brawl, get it? I'm not funny. I never really talk about how much I love this game in particular. A Hat in Time. It is seriously one of the best 3D platformers I've ever played. If you love the 3D Mario games, you will love this game. But yeah, this character, while it doesn't have a specific name, Hat Kid, the main character you play, I think would have a potential to work pretty well in Smash Bros, honestly. Excuse me. I know I said about Shantae being like the indie rep, I feel like would have a better chance. But if I had to, if I had one indie character I would desperately want, I say this character, honestly, Hat Kid would have, she has a lot of unique moves, like riding on a scooter, you know, using your umbrella to float and stuff, attacking enemies sometimes, and of course, like, you know, using the time capsules and stuff. You know, there's just a lot you can do with Hat Kid from Hat in Time. If this was one indie character I would want to see the most, it'd probably be Hat Kid. I probably would pick Peppino from Pizza Tower, which is honestly a game I recently played, which, by the way, please play Pizza Tower. But I'm not sure what the chances of him, honestly. We'll have to wait. I'll have to wait and see. But I would love to see him in the game fighting with Wario. But I would put a Hat Kid here instead because, you know, I really love Hat Time. It's really good. And I would like to see Hat Kid, honestly, so yeah. Smash Bros. Ultimate always adds some awesome villains, such as Ridley, King K. Rool, and hell, even a surprising one like Sephiroth. So, who else would you really add? Well, there's one I would add, and it's Dr. Eggman. The Sonic franchise, in my opinion, is long overdue for some better representation, especially with a new rep. For as popular as Sonic is, you'd think it would be treated better, huh, in the Smash Bros. Series. I say Dr. Eggman would fit the bill perfectly. Another villain to the roster, and I say he could have a lot of unique moves. Now, whether if you want him flying in that machine, or however you want him, I don't know how would you... Again, movesets on Dante Eggman can be different, but regardless, Sonic is long overdue for a rep, and if I had to put one Sonic rep in the game, it would have to be Dr. Eggman, just for more villains, honestly. I think it would be pretty cool seeing him, and although I probably add Knuckles, since he is my favorite Sonic character, I will lie, Eggman I think deserves it more. Just because, again, more villains is awesome, honestly. So, yeah, Dr. Eggman for Smash, please. Now, continuing the more platforming game genre, you can tell what my favorite genre is. I am surprised Rayman has yet to be in Smash. Like, he had a freaking leak back in Smash 4 that was fake. And, yeah, he got he did get a trophy, I guess. But yeah, he also is a Spirit and Ultimate. So, Rayman has been represented in Smash in some capacity, just not the way fans are hoping for. I say Rayman would fit so well in Smash. He has a lot of brawling moves, a bunch of abilities in his games. I just think it would make so much sense to put him in the game. But Ubisoft is weird as hell and doesn't want to do it. And also just other stuff I'm not going to mention. We're not here for that. Either way, I would love to see Rayman be in Smash. With the recent, some Rayman stuff has been appearing a lot, even if it's not even if it's not what we're hoping for. Some Rayman stuff has been popping up every now and then. So honestly, Smash is like the next best thing you could really do. I say Rayman has I don't know, it just depends on how Ubisoft feels, really. I would love to see him in the game, because I really love his games, honestly. If you watch those Smash Bros. Request videos, you will see at least someone out there bring up Crash Bandicoot, and for good reasons, honestly. Crash Bandicoot is just one of those characters that's very, very popular. And also just, came back with the Insane Trilogy, and of course get Crash 4, and also a bunch of other stuff too, like, Crash Team Racing as well, and Crash Rumble, that game I'm sure everyone remembered. And while, yes, the company that's involved with it, well, nowadays at least, but, honestly, I know I probably would put Rayman higher than Crash, honestly, but I voted for Crash more because I just really feel like there's a... Now, yes, his moveset would be a little on the basic side. I mean, look at Banjo for crying out loud, but a basic moveset isn't really bad for me. I already made a bunch of basic characters anyway, so it won't really matter for me, but Crash Bandicoot, despite being basic, has a lot to pull from, in my opinion. I would love to see him. He would fit so well in the Smash Bros. Series. I think now is his time to be in the next one, honestly. There was so much hype for him, thinking he was almost a for sure lock. I mean, I was also one of those, but hopefully this time he'll be in the next Smash. So yeah. This may come as a shock to you, but I don't really care, honestly. I would love to see Funky Kong, unironically, I'm tired of pretending, I would love to see Funky Kong be in Smash Bros. Now, he may be a clone or a semi-echo of Donkey Kong, and that's fine, honestly. Funky Kong's the GOAT, and I would love to see him in. There's even a mod out there that shows how well Funky could be represented, honestly. And also just, I want more DK representation, honestly. So, honestly, since people follow me for the Donkey Kong love, I gotta at least put a Donkey Kong rep somewhere on this list, honestly. And, of course, and, yeah, I just think Funky Kong would be a very cool addition just for more DK reps. I feel like Dixie is a little more on the likely side, which I wouldn't complain, honestly, but Funky Kong is a character I just prefer more, honestly. And, I just think it would be cool, honestly. So, yeah, add Funky Kong to Smash Bros. It would be the first party rep that, while you do see some requests, it's most of the time it's just Waluigi or Bandana, which I'm sure I wouldn't put Bandana on here, but I don't know if I'm a supporter for Bandana anymore, if I'm going to be honest. I'm sorry, guys. But, regardless, I would love to see Funky in the game, so add him. And those are my top 10 characters I would love to see in Super Smash Bros. 6. Do you agree with my top 10? Do you hate my top 10? Let me know in the comments below. People are gonna be pissed anyway because I'm requesting, like, what? Same 5 requested characters? Whatever. It's my list. All matters. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for more. Later, folks.